would argue that certain times of the year are more food-centric than others in our daily lives. For example, at holidays, food often brings us together. The same can be said about vacations, especially Walt Disney World. And for those of us who simply cannot indulge in the massive portion sizes that Disney doles out, it can feel like a bit of a disappointment or FOMO that you're missing out on an experience. So today's video is for those of us who are considering weight loss surgery, who have had weight loss surgery, and are looking forward to going back into Disney parks, but are just a little apprehensive or worried about, will I be able to enjoy the food experience? How do I make Disney less food-centric after weight loss surgery? Thank you to those of you who submitted this question like over and over and over. I see you. Thank you for being patient with me. Are you ready for some tactical tips and some strategies around mindset to help you enjoy your Disney vacation despite it being so food heavy? Now, if you are not going to Disney, if this is not a worry for you, you can insert whatever that thing is. Is it a vacation? Is it a cruise? Is it a place? Is it a holiday? Hopefully these strategies and tips will work for you too. And of course, for all of the Disney magic, for weight loss surgery information, for journeying into mamahood with me, please be sure to subscribe. I absolutely love having our BariTale family grow. And if you like this content, will you give this video a thumbs up? Also, stay tuned because we do have a cruise vacation booked in August. I'm going to take you along for that, but it's the first time after weight loss surgery that I will be going on a cruise. And if you've ever been on one, you know it is a buffet 24/7, so more to come. So we're going to start with strategy number 1. This is in the planning stages of whatever your trip looks like. I am going to be specifically referencing Disney World. Before weight loss surgery, 250-pound Chelsea and my husband Mark, we would plan out absolutely every single meal. We would get our advanced dining reservations in, we would look at menus, and it really was about like consumption over quality. This is a mindset shift first. You, my little cheese stick tummy-sized friend, you need to choose your bites with thoughtfulness, with intention, with purpose. So when you're planning your trip and you're thinking about reservations, let's be judicious, shall we? It's not about how much can I get in, how much can I fit. It's I want to love every single bite that comes off of a utensil, no matter where I'm eating it, regardless of the park. I want my mouth to explode with magical joy fireworks. So it's a shift, and it's not an easy one to make because if you've been traveling to Disney for a long time, or if you don't get to go to Disney frequently, there are certain things that just make that trip for you. It could be a Dole Whip, it could be a cheeseburger spring roll, whatever it is, you can still have that thing, but you may not be able to consume all of that thing. So you need to get in the headspace before you go that 1, you are going to be willing to pay full price for 1 to 2 bites. Okay, maybe a separate bank account might be a good idea, like a Disney Yummy Snacks bank account. Also, that's the happiest bank account of all time. And while you're planning, please do not plan 3 sit-down table reservations per day. You will be so sick, you can't do it, and you'll be frustrated and disappointed in how you planned your trip. Tip number 2 goes along with this. 1 sit down a day. 1. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. 1. There are a couple of reasons for this. After weight loss surgery, you are going to need to eat slowly. You're going to need to chop your food up into tiny bites like you're a toddler, and you're traditionally going to be the first one done at dinner or whatever meal you're eating. So you, my friend, become the conversationalist. If you are sitting through 3 sit-down meals a day with your travel buddy, your partner, your family, you are going to feel antsy and want to get back in the park, or there's a tendency where you will continue to eat and then make yourself feel not so great and you won't want to continue walking or doing your magical day. So just trust me on this. One is enough because you're going to sit down, preferably make this a place with ambiance or characters or a show because you'll be entertained after you finish eating relatively quickly. I always recommend Hoop-Dee-Doo. It is still my #1 favorite. I don't actually really like the food at Hoop-Dee-Doo, which is honestly helpful, but I love the show and the atmosphere and the sangria. So when you're planning your reservations, make sure that you're planning them in places that could entertain you and that you have previewed the menu. Because again, you don't want to be wasting money on bites. I personally like to have our sit downs for dinner because I like to be able to review what was the best part of the day, the most magical, what attraction did we all like the most, and then because we traditionally go back to the room after dinner, I can bring my leftovers with me for either Mark to eat later. We have a little fridge. We typically stay in a 1-bedroom. I will link our most recent 1-bedroom stay from the Riviera up above. I can't recommend it enough, but I like to bring the leftovers back. Sometimes I can eat them for breakfast the next day, depending on what they are, and sometimes I save them in case we're going out to the pool at some point, and then I can eat them there for lunch. I feel like there's just less waste that way. This is not necessarily a vacation hack. It's kind of like a hack on your mindset post-weight loss surgery about your life. Eating is about the experience. It's not only about the menu. It's not only about the taste of the food. It is about the experience. Slow down. I've started like tapping into all of my senses, and it probably sounds weird, but let's take sushi for an example. I absolutely love sushi. I put out a reel last week of a sushi restaurant that Mark and I went to for our anniversary in Providence, Rhode Island. I can only eat 3 to 4 pieces of sushi before I'm full. So I really savor each bite. And that's kind of how I apply eating, intuitive or intentional eating, into my life now. I smell my food. I listen to my surroundings. I look at every meal that comes to the table. I cut it really small. I take tiny bites. I try to pick out the flavors that I'm tasting. And if it isn't good, I push it aside. And honestly, I reorder a meal. Yes, this is far more expensive. This is not the fiscally responsible thing to do, but I truly just want to live in a way where every bite brings me joy. And that was a huge shift for me in Disney World because I used to be content to eat Disney World cheeseburgers 5 out of 7 days, right? Nothing beats a Cosmic Rays cheeseburger in my opinion. Maybe In-N-Out. But now I make sure that I am trying things that are new because that new experience is exciting. And I know that even if I don't like it, there's always something else that I will like. I am not really a picky eater, so if you're a picky person, maybe you don't want to be as adventurous and you only want to eat things that you think you formerly love. But after weight loss surgery, I feel like your palate does change a bit because you may get bored eating just those same things. Now I say that, but my sister is not that person. She's like a routine cereal eater. So what I mean by that is she will pick a breakfast, lunch, and dinner and eat the same thing every day until she's sick of it. I am not that person. I like a variety. I don't usually cook the same meals twice. Like I like new things because I like new experiences. So the question is, how do you make your tiny bites an experience? I think it really is all about heightening your senses. I now evaluate a restaurant not simply by the quality of their menu or what rosés they have available. I like to go into the bathroom. I know this sounds so strange, but I totally judge a restaurant on the quality of how clean their bathrooms are, what they look like. I love that. I don't think Disney does an excellent job of that, except at their most elite restaurants. Disney Springs is awesome at this. I look at the lighting, I take a tour of the room before I actually sit down to eat, or perhaps after I'm done eating and I'm working on digesting a little bit. I take in the sounds, like I really appreciate an acoustic music moment. I look at absolutely everything from the fonts on the menu to what the servers are wearing. It's all about the details for me. And that contributes to my overall joy. In Epcot, this is especially fun because yes, maybe you're going to split. Let's say you go to France and you get an ice cream, like the one that's pressed. Ooh, so good. And you're going to share that because you should be thinking about how do I share most things, right? We like sharing. It also leaves extra room for more bites in our tummies. So you're not just going to plop down into a chair and like shove that into your face. No, 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 girl. You are going to take that. You're going to go sit out by the fountain. You're going to explore the shops. You're going to let the sun shine on your face. You are going to enjoy and soak up that moment. It's all about intentionality. I hope that that's clear, like you understand, because I think that's the biggest tactic I can give you in order to make Disney less food-centric. The food, the portion sizes, those are not ever going to go away. So instead of making your whole day about what am I going to eat next and feeling anxious or nervous or even frustrated about what you can and can't eat size-wise, how can you enjoy every single bite? I feel like Disney is so much more than just the attractions and the restaurants. I know that those are the primary draws, especially because Disney is so well known for its incredible festivals at Epcot. But I think those festival booths actually offer an amazing opportunity for weight loss surgery patients because the portions are extra small. Yes, they are expensive for what you're getting, but they allow you to get several things kind of like tapas style and then try little bits of everything. That is my very favorite way to approach Disney meals, is get a bunch of little things and take tiny bites of all of them. And the other thing is that you're probably going to need to choose between your glass of rosé, or insert whatever you like to drink here, and your bites. Sometimes for me, the rosé wins out or the champagne wins out. It depends on what we're doing. It depends on what park we're in. But sometimes for me, it's the bites. It begins with your mindset in the planning phase. If you think about each park, and if you want a video on my recommendations for what I think is worth your bites in each park, please let me know in the comments. I know I've done this for Epcot, specifically for the Flower and Garden Festival. I will link that video here above, but I would love to be able to share that with you. Like, what are the smaller portion sizes? Things like in Magic Kingdom, the cheeseburger rolls, the spring rolls, or whatever the flavor is, typically is a go-to for me because you get two, they're small, they're shareable, and they're delicious. Epcot is super easy, especially during a festival, but when you get into Animal Kingdom or Hollywood Studios, it's not always so obvious what's going to work best for you. I would also recommend that you bring either silicone or plastic bags, like little baggies, so that you can take things with you without needing to ask for a big doggy bag. Particularly in Animal Kingdom, when we eat at Satuli Canteen, I always bring the chips that come with the kids menu bao bun home because they are delicious, but tip, they do only last for 24 hours. I hope this was informative or helpful for you. Let me know what other questions you have in the comments. I hope you are planning a Disney trip. If you are, I would love to know, where are you staying? When are you going? Because we have some Disney trips on the books that I'm going to be talking about really soon. One is a surprise for Callie. Don't tell her. And the other is taking place in November. So I'll get to be there twice this fall, which is awesome news. And we have a vacation planned for August, so all good things. I love you. You are beautiful and so capable of anything you set your mind to. I hope you're having a magical week. Bye, friends.